Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. So right, more Christmas movies because yes of course, because why not I guess. Anyway, yeah, this is gonna be an older movie of course, because I figured I would often talk about old movies on this channel anyway, because a good chunk of my content here is about old movies. And that's what I like to talk about. Well, at least most of the time anyway. See the last midnight, I guess you can say. So yes, of course, it's one of these cheaply made movies that came out from way long ago. So yeah, these are the type of movies I like to talk about. Again, for the most part, anyway. So I just figured I just got to watching this not that long ago, so might as well just get to it, I guess. So here we are, I suppose. But anyway, like I said, I just figured I just might as well talk about this because might as well because I like talking about old movies. Anyway, so here we are. It's a Christmas themed one, as you can guess yourself, obviously. So here we go, I guess. Of course, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So here we go. So the main character in this is this little boy, and the thing is that he does steal cake for his beloved aunt on Christmas Eve. So when he does this, let's just say that his young friend attempts to set things straight because this is not the right thing to do. It's not a proper way to set things. You don't steal, of course. Even if you think you might have a good reason to do that, even if you think you might have a good way, this kind of a thing. So yes, it's basically centered around troubled youth. I guess that's the idea here. So it's a drama Christmas movie. I guess that's what this is about, really. So okay, sure. So anyway, I mean, yes, obviously, a lot of young people do get into some trouble in this kind of thing, of course. So there you go. Yeah, that's the thing, though. Of course, the character does have a bit of a drama in his life. Of course, regarding his parents, his father being a certain way, his father's wrath and whatnot. And yes, there's also a nun character in here, of course. Oh yes, again, we're sticking religion into here again, which, as I said multiple times already, I just find it rather absurd that the celebration of Christmas somehow is connected to Jesus Christ, which it really isn't, because the roots of Christmas is intertwined, or excuse me, are intertwined, as we say, with various pagan traditions and rituals and whatnot. So yes, while of course I do realize that Christmas is recognized as a Christian holiday, marking the birth of Jesus Christ, which technically it isn't. Many of its customs and symbols that are in Christianity can be traced back further back, actually, not from away from the modern day age. I mean, they were influenced by the ancient pagan rituals, of course. Which again, this is something I've mentioned quite a few times already. So excuse me if I'm getting kind of sick of just repeating the same exact thing and whatnot. Many pagan cultures celebrate this kind of winter, of course, the shorter days of the year, or the shorter day of the year. It just seems like it gets shorter days but longer nights and whatnot. So around the 24th and 22nd, I believe. So yes, this whole bit with that. So yes, technically it has nothing to do with Jesus Christ in any shape or form at all. It's just that a lot of these Christians just took a lot of the elements from that, like the gift giving and stuff like that, from the pagan thing, and just act as if it belonged to God, which it doesn't. I just find this kind of funny because one of their Ten Commandments states that thou shalt not steal, and that's clearly what they did. So I'm not going to go too much into this because I've mentioned this quite a few times already. I'm getting tired of mentioning this. And I do find it kind of pretentious that this is the absolutely positively only way to live your life. The only way you can have a good life if it's through Jesus, which of course is a flat out lie, and everybody else is a criminal, everyone else is a bad person, and the only way to redeem yourself is to convert into Christianity. And that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this, I guess, this movie, or Christmas special, I guess you could say. It's only about, what, maybe about 25 minutes, so it's not that long, not really. But yeah, that's fun. I found that kind of odd, really, when I think about it. But anyway, that's pretty much what this is about. This little boy, he did something bad, and he has to find a way to just right his wrong, I guess you can say. So there you go, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, this is just basically a very low budget thing. Of course, this is a very low budget special I'm talking about. Of course, I mean, it does give me an excuse to talk about something from long ago, something that's, I guess, cheaply made. What's, of course, I would tend to do. Of course, I mean, I was going to do this eventually. Really, I was going to talk about this kind of thing eventually at some point because I've talked about old movies. It's like one of the things I like to do on this channel. I like to talk about this kind of a thing. And okay, this is pretty much, it came from some unknown show really, like no one really talks about. We're mostly unknown anyway. So, but anyway, one thing I can definitely say is that the acting is pretty good. I like the acting in this. I think the acting is actually not too shabby, really. The acting is decent enough, I suppose. And yeah, I'll give this a little special that the acting isn't too shabby, I suppose. It's fine, I suppose. I mean, the story itself is fairly straightforward. It's supposed to be speaking about crime and it's speaking about redemption and love and whatnot, and its effects on the troubled teen life. Of course, that's pretty much what this is about, really. So okay, so I definitely can say that that's what this is focusing on. That really, at the end of the day. Like, okay, sure. But yeah, that's pretty much what the idea here is, of course. And a lot of people want to talk about when it comes to morality. Should a troubled teen really steal something for his aunt? Is that really acceptable? Stuff like that. Is that really should be allowed? Stuff like that. He didn't really mean well. I mean, he didn't mean something bad. He just meant well. That's what I mean. He really meant to do something nice. He was just trying to do something kind. He was just trying to do something sweet. Of course. I mean, that doesn't excuse anything. He shouldn't steal. Even though his intention wasn't really all that bad. The kid's intention wasn't really all that bad. Not really, of course. And yes, he was just trying to do a kind thing for a relative, I suppose. And that was it, really. He was just trying to do the proper thing, obviously, and that was it. Okay, I could kind of see that, sure. But that doesn't mean you should steal. I don't know some extent you should steal. I mean, that's just me then. So, folks, I'm not saying that from a religious perspective. I'm not saying that from a religious perspective. I'm just saying that from just my own point of view because you don't necessarily have to be a Christian to be a good person. I just find that preposterous when you think about it, but whatever. Anyway, at the end of the day, I just think he shouldn't have stolen, but he shouldn't have stolen anything, but I can see why he would do that because he just wanted to do something nice. That's it, really. He just wanted to do something nice for his aunt, and ultimately, this was going to be something during the Christmas season, of course, when you think about it. And it's kind of holiday, of course. He just wanted to do something sweet and caring, I guess. But anyway, of course, like I was saying, this comes off more of a drama. If anything, it's just more of a drama kind of a thing and whatnot. So ultimately, that's what this is trying to focus upon, I suppose. But yes, anyway, like I was saying, the acting for the most part is decent enough, of course. But yeah, and from my knowledge, the kids who acted in this, folks, have acted in some stuff, of course. I guess from this and whatnot. And okay, they did add a bit of charm to their own, I guess. That's fine. Anyway, I'll say, I mean, you could watch it if you want. I've seen this on Toby, by the way. Yeah, this is not available on Toby, really, folks. if anyone cares enough to give this a watch, obviously. But for me personally, it's passable, I suppose. It has its moments, even though I do think that the religious aspect of it is a bit misleading, if you ask me, folks. But that's just me, though. I just think it's a bit misleading, but what else, I suppose. But ultimately, like, okay, sure, whatever. You want to give this a watch anyway? Sure, I guess. It's just not my cup of tea. I like old movies. Don't get me wrong. I like to do like old movies, just something like this. I just no. I'm just gonna see this once and that's it. I mean, it's charming its own little way, I guess. Sure, but still though, the dialogue is decent enough. The dialogue is fine, I suppose. And in the grand scheme of things, it's fine. It's enough to get the story going, I guess. And the way it's delivered is fine, I suppose. I reckon. Okay, sure, that's a thing. But anyway, it's just something I wanted to talk about real quick here. So here we are, I suppose. Because eventually I was going to talk about something old anyway. It's something I've done before, of course. I don't mind talking about old stuff. And I still don't mind doing that, quite obviously. Anyway, I can say that this definitely has its moments throughout this story. And I mean, I wasn't expecting a whole lot from this whatsoever at all. Other than just your basic stuff when it comes to these kinds of stuff and whatnot. So okay, and that's definitely a thing, sure. And that's just how this story is. It's trying to display how this kid is, and I guess he's not exactly having the easiest life, I suppose. Which yes, can be actually really relatable in a lot of ways. It can be that's like pretty realistic. If you think about it. Not everyone is having a fantastic time during the holidays for whatever reason. So yeah, some people can be a bit jaded, sure, during this time of the year. And yes, that can be an unfortunate thing for a lot of people. Yes, that's very true. And there you go, I reckon. So here we are going to talk about this kind of thing. So yeah, I just thought I just trying to talk about various stuff when it comes to this Christmas-a-thon, I guess. I just thought I'd do that. And yeah, I like I like to discuss maybe trying to shine some light on this some of this old stuff that hardly wouldn't know about. That's kind of the point in some ways. I mean, maybe you can throw in your own 2 cents into this. If you give this a watch yourself, just go ahead, I guess. Just watch yourself. Like I said, it's not very long. It's barely under 30 minutes, so it wouldn't take too much of your time during the day if you even watch it yourself. If you like to, that is. But that's just how it is, I guess. Sure. And I mean, yes, sometimes it's shorter. It's better to keep it shorter, I suppose. I reckon. I guess. But anyway, it's fine. It does. It serves its purpose. It's serviceable in what the people behind this were trying to do. I I reckon. But yeah, that's just how it is. Fairly straightforward storytelling, and that's just how it is, really. At the end of the day. Anyway, I'll give this, I guess, Christmas special. I guess you want to call it an overall rating of a 5.8 out of 10. It's a 5.8 out of 10 for me. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, I guess. And don't mind me. I'm just gonna have some eggnog, I guess. Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Anyway, like I said, later, folks. See ya. Oh, yeah.